So today I am going to take the Bohr-Bury scheme of electronic configuration as my topic, and this comes in structure of atom. So before we proceed, we should know what is electronic configuration. So when you take an atom, it contains two parts. One is nucleus, another one will be electrons. So nucleus will be at the center and electrons revolve around the nucleus in a certain definite orbits, which are called as shells. Okay, so what is electronic configuration? It is how the electrons are arranged around the nucleus in an atom will be given by electronic configuration. So there are certain rules to write electronic configuration for any atom. So it is given by Bohr and Bury, Niels Bohr and Charles Bury. The first rule tells us that the maximum number of electrons in a given shell is given by the formula 2n square, where n represents the number of shell. So we know if you consider this as the nucleus, this will be your K shell. This will be the second shell will be called L shell. Third shell will be called M shell, and that keeps on going K L M N O P like that. So what are the maximum number of electrons that can be present in K shell? So you have to use the formula 2n square, where n you will put 1. So you will get 2n square means 2. So for L shell, if you put n is equal to 2, 2 into 2 square is 4 into 8. So for M shell you will get 18. For N shell you will get 32. Means it's like the bike. If you take the bike, maximum 2 people can go. Okay, car maybe 5-seater or 7-seater cars, right? So just like that, the different shells have the different capacities, and the formula is 2n square. Okay, means say you have some 10 electrons. So then what you will do, you will put 2 electrons in the first shell, then 8 electrons in the next shell. So this is how you fill the electrons around the nucleus. But before we go to next thing, the very important rule, that is second one. The valence shell of an atom, cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons, even if it has the capacity to have more electrons. Okay, valence shell means what? Whatever the outermost shell, that is also known as valence shell. If you are filling electrons, the last electron is going into valence shell, and then it cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. Let's understand it by the example of potassium. If you take potassium, the atomic number is 19. So atomic number will give us the electron numbers as well. So when you start filling the electrons in the shells, so you'll write K shell, L shell, M shell, like that, N shell. Okay. So atomic number 19 means 2 electrons in the K shell because capacity 2, 8 electrons in the L shell, capacity 8. How many left? 2 plus 8, 10. So 9 left. So you may think that we can put the all 9 electrons in the M shell. But according to the second rule, this is not correct. Because now the M is the valence shell, and valence shell cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. Even if you see M can have 18 electrons, its capacity, but since it is valence shell, it cannot have more than 8. So correct electronic configuration for this will be 2, 8, 8, and then N shell will have 1 electron. So therefore for potassium it is 2881. Similarly, you can also write for calcium, atomic number 20. You should not write 2, 8, 10 because 10 again M will valence shell, cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. So it will be 2, 8, 8, 2. This will be correct electronic configuration for calcium. Also here you should know that the shell which is near to the nucleus will be having the lower energy. Shells or orbits, they are also called as energy levels. So always the order of energy level is K, less than L, less than M, less than N. So you always fill the lower energy shell first, then you keep on filling the next shells. Okay, so here one more point I just want to give you. Using this electronic configuration, you can also draw the orbit structure. Orbit structure, say for example chlorine, atomic number 17. If you write electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. So assume that this is the nucleus of the chlorine atom. So this is the K shell, first shell, M shell, second shell, N shell, third shell. So now what you will do, you will put 2 electrons here in the first shell, then 8 electrons here in the second shell. So keep them in pair, it will be easy to count. So then 7 electrons in the valence shell, 7 electrons in the valence shell. So this kind of structure is called as orbit structure of the atom. Okay, hope you like the video. Thank you so much.